Hello,
Hello,
I'm Wayne Anthony
and I'm Jude Savage.
and welcome to our channel, The
Quest.
Search for Truth,
And in tonight's episode, we're going to be discussing with you
the language of flowers,
myth or fallacy.
Victorian invention or ancient intention.
Ooh. So, Wayne, tell me about the language of flowers, or floriography as it's called.
Is that what it's called?
Apparently so.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that, and I should know that really because my grandmother practiced.
Ah,
Yeah.
is she?
Yeah, reading flowers, or flowerology, as I now know what it's called, which is where you would take a flower, be whatever the flower is that's growing in your garden or the roadside, and she would say to people before they came to her for a reading, before you come to me, pick me a flower or several from your garden or one that's on the roadside and bring it with you. And when they arrived, she would read that flower for them, as well as doing them a reading. She would read what the flower meant.
Ah, so based on what they'd picked, was that a future thing, or
Yeah, well, it's where
divination?
Well, it's all to do with the colour of the flower as well, because
Yeah,
colour has
colours,
meaning as well.
yeah,
So if it's
massively.
purple, it's about healing, it's about growth, it's about spirituality.
I mean, red we think of as passion and love and lust.
Absolutely. And green is about harmony and balance. Every plant contains green of some kind, but it's the shade of green that actually matters as well, or the shade of the colour that actually matters.
Yes, flower symbolism really, I suppose, has been around for really thousands of years.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thousands.
Because certain parts of it's called the signature of flowers or the signature of plants.
Yeah.
So if a plant happens to represent a part of the human body or look like the part of the human body, then it's taken to be able to heal that part of the human body. So that's the signature of plants.
So something like you talked about lungwort before.
Yeah, there's lungwort, which has the spots on it, which is like the lung, and people used to take, and we know that it helps with lung infections and respiratory diseases, and that's very much used today. Anything with the word wart means to heal.
Yeah, okay.
And it's like anything with the word bane. Bane is to poison or to kill, henbane and wolfbane, etc.
Yeah. There's also the clitoria as well.
Well,
Yes.
what's that?
Well, you wouldn't know, would you? You wouldn't be able to find it. You're a man.
Rude much. But
So
that's okay.
what's the orchid one? Naked man orchid.
The naked man orchid.
Ah,
But you wouldn't know.
well.
You'd have to find a man to find out, wouldn't you?
But yeah, so I guess people started exploring what flowers look like and then kind of used them from there as well.
Yeah, so you've got the signature of the plants, but then you've got the symbology of the plant as well. So roses, everybody thinks that the red rose is the rose of true love. Well, it wasn't, because in Victorian times, of course, you sent red roses, or a dozen red roses. Why it became a dozen, I don't know. But maybe it's to do with the religious connotation.
It's to do with, there's a religious connotation. So there's also the 12 months of the year as well. So I will love you for, all year.
But it was uncertain love, wasn't
Yes.
it? It was, do you want me? That's why I'm sending red roses.
Yes.
But the rose of true love
yellow, isn't
was
it?
a yellow rose. Yeah.
And yet, strangely, a lot of yellow flowers were seen as yellow for some reason was quite a bad thing. So some people believed that yellow roses were about jealousy and infidelity, and others said, "Oh no, it's more about friendship and
But again,
joyfulness."
that's Victorian, isn't it? Because you had the white feather if you were a coward, and therefore you were yellow belly.
Yes.
So it all came from that. It's quite, and obviously after the war, several wars, and there was wars in Victorian times, a lot of men died. So after that, a lot of people wanted to get in touch with their loved ones, their lost sons and their fathers and their grandfathers, and they turned to mediums and psychics as a way of communication.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the spiritualist movement that started with the
huge,
Fox sisters.
wasn't it? Yeah.
But we won't go into that.
No,
Won't
Google
bore you.
that.
Yeah, just go on Google.
Yeah.
But so many people wanted to contact their loved ones, and I think flowers was a way of making that a much more pleasant experience.
Yeah.
And of course, you had wise women of the village and wise men of the village, and they would make concoctions and potions and lotions, and it would all, of course, come from the plant. And we know that every plant has a way to heal somebody.
Yeah, it's not just herbs, is it? I mean, herbology is a massive thing, but it's flowers as well.
What is a herb but a flower?
Well,
anyway?
exactly.
You know, what is a weed but a flower?
Yeah.
Grown in the wrong place. We know that. So yeah, it had all this. I mean, it's there's been a resurgence of flowerology.
I've forgotten myself. Florography.
That's so Aries. Has to be right all the time. Has to correct you.
Flowerology, florography.
Yeah, I'll flowerology you in a minute if you carry on. Anyway.
There's been a rise of it, you were going to say.
Yeah, there's been a rise, and it's come back, and I like it. I love it. You know, bluebells are the flower of suicide. There's also the flower of sadness. But then you find different interpretation of different flowers wherever you go.
This is the thing, isn't it? I mean, if we talk about, we know that it predates the Victorians, but it was a massive rise. I mean, we go back in ancient history. There's lots of things like to do with them representing Greek gods or Roman gods, and there's flowers mentioned in the Bible, and so on and so forth. But I mean, the Victorians really took hold of this.
Yeah.
And there's so many books from that era about the language of flowers. Now the problem is that if you had one dictionary and somebody had a different one, then you could be sending somebody a whole bouquet of flowers going, you know, I want to send, I'm in love with this person, you know, I want to tell them that I'm in love with them. And they received this bunch of flowers and went, oh yes, let me see what they say. And then it's like, I wage war upon your house and you must all die. It'd be horrible, isn't it?
Well, I think you have to, like a lot of things in the psychic and the esoteric world, you have to kind of accept things in the spirit in which they're sent.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So it can be sent to you with love, whether that's a cabbage or a cauliflower.
Yeah.
If it's sent with love, then it's sent with love. Then then that's up to you to take that to a dark place or a bright place. Yes. That's entirely up to you.
Yeah, I mean, now we don't really think of the meanings behind. Not everybody's. Perhaps some people do. I mean, the meanings behind flowers. They send them with flowers are really sent with good intentions. Aren't they?
No, I mean, all flowers are nice. My mother always had every room full of flowers, and she would, we always had a flower garden. But she was quite happy with a bunch of grasses or weeds.
Flowers from the garden. I mean,
yeah, always. I mean, but flowers go back to ancient times. If you look at ancient portraits of pre-Raphaelite pictures as well of Angel Gabriel, they always appear with a lily. So lily, a lot of people hate lilies, don't they?
I don't like lilies. I really hate lilies.
I'm sure they're not keen on you either. But anyway, lilies, that is a symbol of the guardian angel. And there's like the shamrock. I mean, the shamrock is a flower after all. It does flower. You know, the symbol of Ireland and the leek for Wales. There's lots of. You've got the Christmas one. That's Mexico. Flower of the Holy Night.
Yeah, the poinsettia. Yeah.
So you've got flowers that have been with us. A man saw resemblance in flowers that he did in this world, and he took that as a spiritual meaning between this world and the next world. And that's fine. But yeah, the language, look into it. It's very, very interesting. You can do readings with flowers. Flowers are here to heal. You know, they're amazing things. And some people will poo-poo that and they'll dismiss that, but that's okay. That's up to them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And also, I would say, don't send red roses on Valentine's Day.
No.
I mean,
send them a cabbage.
Well, the thing is, though, red rose. I mean, it's so commercial, but also. I don't want to sound like an eco-warrior here, not that there's anything wrong with that, but, you know, roses aren't around in England in February.
No, they're not.
So,
well, they are now, but not naturally.
Not naturally, no. And so I think it's nicer to send maybe a spring bulb or something like that. That really does represent.
Or a bunch of greenery. Yeah. Remember, always remember, it's the spirit in which it was sent.
Yeah.
Not that it looks amazing or fantastic or marvellous. We live in the 21st century world where everything has to look fantastic and marvellous and happy, and you're going to take a picture of it and put it on Facebook. No one cares.
Exactly.
Just accept it in the love it was sent.
Yeah. What's your favourite flower? Have you got one?
Yes, I do actually have a favourite flower. I absolutely love lilies.
You do and I don't.
But lily regale, regale is my favourite lily. But if you're going to ask me to pick one flower that you can plant on my grave, it's going to be the snapdragon.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you hang the snapdragon when the seeds, when it's finally seeded, you hang it upside down. It looks like a skull.
That's why you want it.
No, I just love snapdragons. It's my all-time favourite flower. I have to say, and you'll have a favourite flower, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Do you know what else I love as well? Dandelions.
I like dandelions. They are so, Google this because I won't bore you to death with it, but they are so useful for so many things. You can use every part of the flower as well.
For a tea.
Tons
tincture.
of stuff. Yeah, and they're very good.
Make coffee from the root.
Yes. So I do
it's
like
a type of chicory, so you can make a type of chicory coffee from the root.
I do like dandelions. Yeah, I like forget-me-nots, I think.
I'd love to forget you. Not.
They're my favourite flower, I think. Yeah.
Who are you?
Who are you?
How did I get here? Why am I here?
So what's your favourite flower? And do you like it because of the meaning behind it, or do you just like it because it's pretty and it smells nice? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Have you sent flowers with intention?
What kind of
Intention.
answer did you get?
Exactly.
Well, what was your intention, more importantly?
Absolutely.
Explore the meaning of flowers and what they mean. Look it up. It's a fascinating subject.
A vast subject.
Massive.
But for now, hopefully, we will see you again next time. Bye for now.